Dana, our guest today is Miss Lauren Lapkus, who is a good friend of mine, who you know from the Wrong Missy movie that we talk about on the show, who was a tour de force. Very fun to be watching her in that and be a part of that movie. I remember reading it and saying, if this Missy is funny, we are there because it's already written funny. She added so much to it. And she's a real sweetheart and very quick on her feet. And I'm glad you got to finally meet her.
She's incredibly likable. And she put the tour in divorce on that. I mean, that movie, David can't say it, but we talk about it. It was a smash. It got to over 1 billion minutes globally. And we do talk about that. And she just walked out onto the stage of Netflix and crushed it.
Yeah.
And of course, you were her trusty sidekick.
Yes. Trusty sidekick / date that went wrong. Dating gone wrong movies are funny. Dating is funny already. It's just a funny area to talk about when you're in comedy. And and if you can put a movie together, just the wrong text, you're texting the wrong person. That turned into a funny premise, which they got a whole movie out of it. And she does a podcast, which we talk about, where they watch movies and they watch movies they've never seen. Like I personally have never seen The Lion King, but old movies like Star Wars, like basic movies, Godfather, they watch it and they give their first glance. What do you call it? Blink.
Yeah, Blink. Because that's from the book by Malcolm Gladwell called Blink. And it's like, trust your blink. If you're in an alley in the middle of the night in New York City and someone's walking toward you, what is your blink? And if it is to run. It's the subconscious molecules in your brain pan tell you things that you don't normally receive.
In your bedpan?
It just sounded good to say brain pan.
That sounds good. Is that a real thing?
That's a figure of speech. Yeah. Your brain is essentially in a skull pan. You could sizzle it up. I don't want to go there. But anyway, Lauren Lapkus is someone you want to go with right now. I'm just interested in this dynamic. So, did you guys know each other before Wrong Missy? Just a little bit?
No,
maybe?
we met.
Okay.
We met in Hawaii, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So then you do this movie, Global Smash.
That's what I say, Global Smash.
Well, wasn't it? It was like 1 billion minutes.
It was 1 billion minutes. Yeah.
I like saying Global Smash very casually. Did this thing, Global Smash.
I did this thing. People watched it for 1 billion minutes. They never turned it off.
One person.
Because it was a big, funny, silly comedy. And, they don't make them like that as much anymore.
They really don't.
That's a cigar.
That's the problem.
It's this metaphorical cigar. But I find that in the kind of like war zone, it's like the army, not literally save your letters, but how bonded you get when there's, it's your 18th hour on the set. I mean, so you guys have a thing that you share, and so I'm just wondering what it's like to reconnect now for the first time since the premiere for Wrong Missy.
It means so much.
It means everything.
It's so fun. I love seeing you. I was such a fan of David forever, and so I literally auditioned for the movie because your name was, listed as being in the movie. I mean, not that I wouldn't audition, but I was like, I have to audition for that. And so I was so excited when I got to work with you.
Well, when they do this, it wasn't quite COVID yet, right? It came out during COVID.
It came out literally the first month of COVID or something insane.
Mm-hmm. So what do? You self-tape or you go in those days?
No, I went in. That was nice. I mean, that's the thing. I miss that so much because we don't ever go in anymore. But I went in and auditioned for Tyler, who directed it, and a room full of people that I didn't know. Grady was there, I think.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah. So, and I saw a bunch of people I knew there, which is always the fun part of going in these things. And now we don't do that anymore. And we just do it in a black hole in our house and send it out and nobody watches it.
It's very weird. And then your baby does the off camera.
Yeah.
No, yeah. But when we were doing Wrong Missy, when it came up, so I read it and I was like, okay, well, I think Adam was like, this is really funny, but I think you're more the straight man. Do you like? I said, I want to do that. I want to try that because it's kind of fun to be that. I always say like Ben Stiller and Meet the Parents, or
so funny.
when there's crazy shit going on,
react.
Someone just react because if you can get a laugh off her, then a reaction, then back to her, like you can get double.
Yeah.
And of course, everyone's nervous because I'm like, this is all riding on Missy. And I saw some stuff, some tapes, and then there was some names talked about like, and Adam was really about like, let's get someone that's not just a total household name. No offense to Lauren, but you know,
hey, no,
just someone that's not like,
yeah.
oh, it's for sure Isla Fisher, because that's kind of that type of character.
Yes. Yeah.
Who's great, of course.
Yeah.
But then there was someone from Ireland I saw, Lauren. Did I tell you that?
No, I don't think so.
There was someone from Ireland that had a
really?
thick accent.
That would be good, honestly.
Adam sent it to me, and he goes, "This one's pretty funny."
That is
and it
funny.
was, and I was like, "So wow, really from Ireland? Like people are getting their tapes in, and
Yeah.
at least something's working." Adam got it and was laughing at it, and then they were like, "Oh, nope, somebody just came in and did great," and
Aw, that's
and it
nice.
was you, and then we went out to Hawaii, and you know the
Yeah.
funny thing, the first thing I noticed. I mean, you have to see The Wrong Missy to really get this, so everyone has to watch it real quick if they didn't. But the first day, I knew Lauren was great because we had that. I think it was our actual first date in the movie.
Yeah.
We had the
Yeah.
wrestler.
Yeah.
What is it? Oh, Roman Reigns, who's turned out to
Yeah.
be such a sweetheart.
Yeah, he's so nice.
And he was at the bar, and then I come in, and then you're being an asshole to everyone. Why I even like you is the funniest part of the whole movie.
It's so true. Like nothing
there's so
good
many-
happens between us.
The Red Flag store went out of business within the first 2 minutes of the movie. You're yelling, you're like just talking, you're like, hey, sorry. Quit I fucking me. She's like screaming to someone across the room. And I'm like, hey, don't yell at me. Like, and then it's like charming
Yeah,
to me.
what is your character?
Yeah, you're like broken. It was so
You're
fun.
playing yourself, basically, in the movie.
I'm myself, she's herself. And then I try to sneak off into the bathroom and climb out the window. And then I think that was the first night because I fall out of the window and
Yes.
break my
Oh my God.
my ankle or leg, and then I'm laying in a puddle. And when
That was
we're
the worst.
We're shooting it. I'm like, God damn, I forgot. I don't really like doing movies. It's so fucking hard. So
The first
I'm
day.
I'm doing a night
Yeah.
shoot on the first day. And then everyone's above me. You know, when you're laying on the ground, you're like, don't step on my head or something because no one's paying attention to me. I'm like, guys, first team.
You are
below
so
you.
funny though when you're upset, which is maybe a problem.
That is a thing we've
98% of it.
discovered.
Well,
Once
I'm in a
he's
puddle,
very
Dana,
funny
and I'm
when-
like shaking,
know.
and she and they're like, "Hey,
Did they put a blanket
You're
on you?
shaking on
No, he
camera.
was like freezing cold. Like,
I'm like, why is it cold? I'm in fucking
and you had
Hawaii.
like
No
a
one told
stunt
me.
foot on that was like fake, so I could snap it.
Oh yeah,
But there was something weird about that too. Like it was
oh
like
right,
attached
you had
to
to
your
take my
leg or
fake
something.
legs stuck up
Yeah.
my jeans and my wang, and then she's like breaking it. I'm in a puddle. I'm freezing, and they're like, "You're shaking on camera." I'm like, I can't not. I'm a person, and I'm freezing.
Person.
I'm a person. Were you number one on the call sheet initially, and then they moved Lauren's name up to number one?
No, it was
They
Lauren,
did
and
that
then
in they did that in post. They're just retroactively.
She was number one. I got to the set that day and I go, hey, can I call a quick meeting? And then suddenly you hear a typewriter, white out.
You could do better typewriter sound effect than that. I bet.
King.
He's the king. But you all what from old Hollywood that at a given point, I think some old Hollywood guy said to me, "You got to see this girl."
It's like that.
She's
That's
like
nice.
Jim Carrey had a baby. Or she's fucking great. This girl.
That's
you
so
know?
nice. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like Jim Carrey
yeah.
had a baby just alone.
Just himself with no one else.
All right.
Had a baby with just some weird person. But yeah, so from that first day when I think, you know, Lauren, I'll speak for her for the rest of the podcast,
Yeah,
but
that'd be great.
she, if I'm right, Tyler, the director, would come in and say like,
Tyler, that
It's like
sounds like
Tyler,
a
the
rapper.
creator.
yeah, he comes in and goes,
Tyler, the director. Is that
yeah,
what
that's
he's
his,
referred
that's
to?
his
Tyler
rap
Spindell.
directing name.
Yeah.
And he'd go, hey, I just want the audience to know that it is the director. And he'd go, hey, Lauren, maybe on this one a little drunker or something. And then she'd do it. And I'd be sitting there going, fuck, she's good. And then he'd go, maybe a little sexier. And then maybe a little, and then just take after take. Plus, we're doing wide, medium, close up, over the shoulder. So she's got to do like 1,000 takes. I'm like, fuck, she's going to burn out. This is tough because she's ad-libbing her ass off. we have a funny script she's doing. And then once you get that okay to do whatever,
It's the best.
she was really bringing it though. I'm just saying, letting me talk because it's compliments.
That's nice. Thank
and
you.
So you probably won't
Thank you.
say that.
I love it. No, I'm like, thank you so much. That was so nice.
No, I mean it was pretty phenomenal. I just wonder from your point of view, and you've done a lot of stuff, but obviously you're in a big Adam Sandler produced show, Happy Madison. You got David Spade and the whole thing. But from your point of view, when you started being directed by Tyler, the director, what was his name?
Yeah, Tyler, the creator.
He's gonna love this.
Tyler Spindell.
Tyler, I know. I met him, I think, in DC. Incredibly humble guy. So you're probably, when are you feeling really comfortable? Like, okay, I'm getting to do stuff. When are you feeling good? Like, you're landing.
You're not getting fired.
Are you going back to the monitor and checking yourself?
No,
or
I don't think so. But I think on the first day I felt good because the character's so big and I have to like go. You have to commit so hard. Once I was like yelling in the restaurant, like you were talking about, like I feel like that I felt good because it's like you have to just feel like I was still nervous that day, but like the feeling of I have to just fully commit takes over, and then so I feel like it made me feel confident because also Tyler is so open to, adding your own humor and stuff, which was great.
And it's getting laughs.
Well, it's great.
Yeah, and getting laughs is amazing, of course. That feels so good. And then you feel like, okay, it's working.
But when she gets a big laugh, I go, no more of that.
He pinches me really hard under the table.
Under the table, and I go, hey, come on. There she gets a big laugh, Dana, and then I go, maybe I could say that on this take. And she's like, I'm sorry, what?
Well, that was me walkie-talking with Dex during the production. And, all I'd hear was like, I don't know, man.
Oh, yeah. That's me.
I don't know.
I mean, but I remember about halfway through because Lauren was doing this every day and we were having a good time, and like dopey Johnny Farley's there and Swartzen is there and Jackie Sandler. It's totally fun. So it's definitely fun. It's hard to be in Hawaii, but I was finding ways to complain. Shockingly.
Why is it hard to be in Hawaii?
Well, I'm saying it's sarcastically. We're in Hawaii.
Oh,
we're doing a movie. Every dream situation.
Yeah.
But but then toward like the middle, actually toward about 2/3 way through, I was looking at what we had left, and I'm like, I think this might be funny because you're doing it out of order. But I go, we still have this threesome scene. We still have this. Yeah. We still have her like falling off the cliff. I go, I think we are in pretty good shape, but you just never know.
No, it's so scary making something, and then you just have no idea how it'll turn out. I mean, I'm so happy it's funny.
But tell us about the time when you were wrapped in quotes, and then
oh my god,
they said, "Can you stop by?"
Well, because by the end I felt pretty beat up. Like, I mean, because it was a lot of physical stuff, and I like waterboarding myself in the hot tub or whatever, and like that was a hard day.
Remember when you couldn't sink in the tub?
No, I couldn't sink. I couldn't stay down, and then I was like gonna cry.
In and she's
I was
supposed
like
to be floating under the water, which is impossible to do. We found out, and she's coming up with that shit on her face for Hellstar.
I couldn't do
every
it.
time I walk in, I'm like, Lauren, we can see your nose.
I'm like,
Lauren, you're not totally submerged.
Oh my god!
She's like, well, I'm dying.
I know, and I really hate being underwater, which I didn't tell anyone. I just was like, I'm fine. Like, I don't want to tell anyone because it makes me feel more pressure if people are aware that I don't like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like the whole thing. Like, I'll just suffer, quietly. But then I was like texting you, like, I'm crying. But it was hard. But then, at the end, then I had to get in the ocean, and the ocean almost drowned me. Like, I had to like be knocked over by the waves. It was getting dangerous. I was being swept down, and there were two guys who would like catch me on either side to make sure I didn't like fly off into the distance. But and I had like 4 stunt doubles who were amazing, by the way.
Remember when I walked back? I walked to the set my one half day. I wasn't working, and I go, let's go to Sandy Beach and watch her get pummeled by waves. And then they go, I get there, I go, I used to go when I was in Hawaii. This is like a shore break, dangerous beach, and there's signs everywhere going, do not walk any further. And they're like, let's get Lauren in.
It literally had like cones all over the beach that were like from the city. It wasn't like our cones.
And then I see a stunt woman walking up going, I'm out. And like, what do you mean I'm out? Or like, get somebody else.
They did have to tap out. Because they were doing it like a million times, and
they couldn't
take
funny.
it. But but it was totally fine. At the end, what you were talking about though is that like I'm like, I'm done finally, yes. And then like, oh, you just have one more day, just some like quick little special effect thing. And then I get there, and they
on the way to the airport.
They put me in like a it's like a
Harness.
circle. And I'm holding on with I'm like holding on to all sides. Like
Cirque du Soleil.
I don't know what the fuck. And then they started spinning it and they were just getting they wanted to get my face when I'm flying off the cliff and going around in circles. And so they were spinning me in circles, head over feet. So I would make crazy faces and I was going to barf. I mean, it was crazy. And I was so grumpy because I was just I was celebrating being done. And then I had to get in this thing and get sick.
Can you buzz by and just do 5 seconds of you falling off the cliff and hitting the wall? And you're like, sure. And then it's 3.5 hours later. Doof, doof, doof.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember going, oh my God. Because I would try to stick up for Lauren because I knew she wasn't going to say anything.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, I think maybe we're pushing her too hard. But listen, when all the dust settles,
it was all worth it. It was all worth it. And then I didn't get to do anything because of the pandemic. So, I was happy it happened.
I didn't even fucking celebrate. I lit
I know.
a flare in my house.
I lit a tea light.
Did it open to 1 million minutes and build from there?
Dana.
Or was it, did it slowly get to the billion minutes?
I think it was
minutes.
pretty fast to the billion.
Well, they go, you can tell because Scott Stuber, who was running the studio, called, because he called me on Father of the Year. And it's, when the guys, the high-ups call, they don't call you with bad news. They call and go, hey, Wrong Missy is already number 1. And I was like, oh, because they just started putting 1 through 10 at the bottom.
Oh, yeah.
So with Father of the Year, I didn't know. And he just goes, it's doing great. I go, it is? Is it started? And they go, yeah, it started this week. I go, oh, okay.
It started.
Because of Netflix, I didn't know. There's no
it's
real
weird.
rhyme or reason. And then with Wrong Missy, and then Ted called and said, it looks like it'll be number 1 in the world by tomorrow. I'm like, what? And then I get people sending me a photo on DMs, number 1 in Italy, from their TVs. And I'm like, holy shit,
it's so
really?
Cool. It's so cool. It was the best.
That was fun.
It was the best.
So you didn't have to do a press tour because of COVID and so forth and so on?
I did some stuff on Zoom, but I feel like my internet was 1% working and I'd be like, I don't know that anything actually or televised.
Spade, wrong.
Yeah.
Spade. What? You hate Spade?
Cliff.
How many minutes did you do in Thailand? I mean, what was the total minutes?
I don't even know what minutes are good, to be honest. I don't
know what's good.
That
I saw some chart. You were top.
It was special. It was a special
all time
moment
or something.
Right.
It was so
something
cool,
that minute-wise, we're all appreciate the minutes.
We're all just looking for our next me and David Spade movie now.
Yeah.
Well, if it wasn't, okay, 2 questions.
Yes.
One is, if it was a sequel to The Wrong Missy, what would be a pithy title rather than just Wrong Missy 2?
Yeah.
Like The Wronger Missy.
Yeah.
Or if they put you to, I'm just thinking out loud because I used to be a studio executive. We put these 2 buttes, these 2 cutie pies in another film. They play different characters.
Yeah, I think we should reverse roles and you just do Missy and then that's it.
I think one of the
Wrong Mister.
One of the ideas was we get married and then you've calmed down. and in the first scene we're having sex and we realize it's your
don't whisper we're having sex.
It's
we're
your
having sex.
Twin sister who came in.
Yes.
So now you're normal, but you're playing your sister, so it's the same movie again. But I like that idea.
But she's crazier.
And then she puts a hex on me, and then I spin out and go act like you, and then that gets crazier shit.
And then we
going
should
on.
have 4 quadruplets who are all like me and they're all crazy.
That's it. A twin, the Wrong Missies, and it's 2.
Yeah.
And one is very cool and one is even crazier. All right.
Let's do it.
Or I cheat and it's the wrong mistress. And then she's crazy.
But it was me and I had a mask on.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's so many ways
There's
to
just
go.
so
with it.
Or
much
you
to
work
do.
at a
There's so
Vegas
much there.
hotel in the summertime and you have a mister and you go around
The
for high
wrong
rollers.
mister?
Missed them by the pool. I'm just looking for
okay.
words that
good.
start with MIS.
feel like
People
that.
want it. It
20.
has to be familiar. Yeah.
I feel,
Yeah.
because you give me a pitch and then I can tell in my head how many million minutes it is. It'll be good.
That one's
Instead
like
of,
1 million minutes. Yeah.
yeah, I see instead of box office, you got to think minutes.
Yeah. It's great stuff.
Okay.
All right. that was our
that's about the
Wrong
Missy.
chunk.
Lauren
guest today.
does a show
Lauren.
called
Hi.
Newcomers.
I do.
We thought this was
If
interesting.
I was not doing this podcast, I'd want to do a podcast like that.
Yeah, it's so fun. So it's
'Cause
me and Nicole
no.
Byer, who's a comedian who's hilarious, and she hosts Nailed It, if you've ever seen that cake disaster show. And we watch movies we've never seen that are very popular. So we started with Star Wars because we had never seen any of it, and we've now seen all of it. And then we did Lord of the Rings.
Wait,
and
you've seen all of one Star Wars or
all of the
Oh,
things that can
gross.
possibly be.
No.
Yeah, it's a
No.
lot. Yeah,
Every movie, every Star Wars movie.
every movie. I think we did
I
something
wouldn't
like
do
20 episodes or something. There was a lot.
Jeez, Peasel.
Yeah,
Whoa.
I know. I couldn't believe all the things, but now I get every reference to Star Wars, so it's really nice because doing improv forever, like guys just love to reference that shit.
They
And
love that.
You just go along with it for years, and then now I understand.
Okay, let me give you a pop quiz.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
What
Oh,
Star
God.
Wars was this from?
Yeah.
Chewie, get us out of here. Sorry.
I think that's from the first one. Isn't it?
I can't do. Chewie,
Get
get us out of here.
Yeah, that sounds like
I think
the
it's the
first one.
first-
Yeah,
Where's
that
this one
sounds-
from? Ready? I love you. I know.
Oh, first one.
Oh, good
first one.
Yeah, yeah.
What about where Chewie gets rabies?
What about the one where the holiday special where Chewie's dad is like jerking off to like a movie or something?
I don't know if that's a real Star Wars.
I don't know if I've seen that one.
Lauren.
It's real. It's real.
Chewie jerks off.
There's like a grandpa Chewie, and he's like watching something like titillating, and he's like, "Roar," like it's real.
That's what I do.
Jeez. First comes Chewie, then comes jerking off.
Landed on me, no?
The Force not happy, yes?
Yes.
Yeah, he always adds the yes or no at the end.
It's very funny how
Force
they
is
wrote
strong,
Yoda.
no? I know.
Everyone did Yoda
Classic
for a while.
Yoda. Yeah. Well, we
Do you do a Yoda, Lauren?
Yeah.
I've never tried it. I think it's like.
Clear.
Go ahead.
What does he talk like? Like
Is no try, only do.
Oh, yeah.
Is no try, only
Is
do.
no try. You know what? We did just watch. We did a whole sports season, and we just watched Rocky. And I understood for the first time why everyone did Sylvester Stallone impression. I always knew his voice was like fun, but I wanted to do it all the time. Like after watching that, like
Let's hear it.
so fun.
Not even anything like it. After all
no,
that.
I can
fun-
do it.
movie.
I can do it.
The,
Okay, ready?
the only movie I've ever seen. Okay, get that ready.
That's
okay, better. The tongue
That's-
was
At
fine.
the after he's beaten up, right?
Yeah. He's like, Adrian! And like he's screaming and she's 1 inch away from him. I'm like, she got it, man. She's
Okay,
coming.
I've got an under impression. Ready? This
Okay.
is Rocky 2. Paulie's in jail. And he walks in. Silence. And he goes, Paulie. That's it. Paulie. He says it really under because I think he was so. Everyone's doing impressions of him, so he goes.
So
I
now
can
he's like,
pl-
actually,
I can
don't talk
play it
like that
under.
anymore. Yeah.
Paulie.
You know,
It's the worst wind up for that.
or anything. I don't know what it is.
Well, you bring that turtle in here.
I don't know what
He-
Is it a turtle? God
He had
damn.
2 turtles named Cuff and Link.
Bupkis.
Cuff
he
and
kept-
Link.
Bupkis.
He kept them for years and years. I think they just died like the other day. Like they actually were like 35 or 40.
I saw him at Comic Con.
Cuff and Link are like they were 50 when they did the movie. They died.
They were
go to
signing
100
shit at Comic Con.
They
Yeah,
go to
they're
150. You can buy a
Yeah.
tortoise that might have known Abraham Lincoln
Yeah.
right now
Yeah.
today on eBay.
owned by Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah, I'm Abraham Lincoln. I got me this here turtle.
Did you guys do The Godfather? That's a big dude movie.
Did we do that? No, I've seen that.
Oh yeah,
I actually watched that. Yeah. But we did all of Scorsese movies for a season, which I had never seen like anything.
Wow.
And that was good. That was fun.
Which one rocked your world of the Scorsese's the most?
Goodfellas was the best.
Oh, really?
movie. We loved it. What do you think it should
really?
be?
I was thinking of Serpico, Dog Day Afternoon. Are those all? Or those just
I haven't seen
Pacino?
those.
What am I like am I like some kind of clown to amuse you? Just that scene
Yeah.
alone
Weird. Yeah.
could go forever.
Yeah, Nicole wants to marry
You know.
Joe Pesci right now.
Oh, she loved him off of that.
Yeah, she loves
Yeah.
him so much. From all the movies, she's like, I want to marry him now. I don't care. But yeah.
They were allowed ad lib as long as you said fuck.
Is that true?
I don't know. It seems like
It
it.
feels like it.
He's in the
Yeah.
middle. Is that no? That's Casino. We're in the desert, and Joe's like, where do you get off getting on fucking TV? You're on fucking TV every day. And he goes, you got to keep things quiet. He goes, me, you're on TV. You fucking. And they're just screaming at each other.
Yeah,
20-minute
that
takes.
what a fun thing to do, just to see all these movies. I mean, De
It is
Niro's
fun.
underplayed neurotic guy is so funny and good.
It's very satisfying because it's all stuff that like is just so much in pop culture that I've just missed because I watch reality TV every day. And so to be like, oh, and then it always feels really good when you're watching a good movie and you're like, oh, it's so nice to watch like a good movie. I just watch so much Bachelor and stuff. And I'm like, oh, there's a story here. Like, it's so calming.
You watch 90 Day?
I do. I was really into 90 Day for a while. I had to pull back. I only have so much time, but they have so many spinoffs.
Sure, yeah.
What's the one that you watched that you hated?
Any movies you hate most of them?
We need a trender.
Oh yeah, no, you want to put something on Instagram? We don't like everything, but we try to see the good in things because people, get defensive.
I love them so much.
Yeah,
that's true.
So even The Irishman, which I knew was like 1,000,000 hours long, I actually liked it. It was just really long, but we try to find things to say that.
Well,
are
everyone's
positive.
good in it, so you go, it's Scorsese, and it can't be horrible.
Of course, it's great acting. So I think the funny thing with that was like the de-aging that they did, like all that CGI, where then like Robert De Niro or Joe Pesci was like calling Robert De Niro kid for like half the movie. And
I do that on my Instagram.
When you look at that, you just would any of you ever, like, under nervous circumstances, get in the front seat of like an Oldsmobile with a guy behind you? Get in the front seat.
Yeah.
No, I'll sit in the back.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
Get in the front seat.
They always
so I
choke
can
you, right?
kill you.
Yeah.
It's always a wire around the neck.
The wire's not the way to go. Yeah.
Are they surprised when the wire is coming over their head, going back to their neck?
It can't.
I didn't see it
Lauren,
coming.
what is it? Is it Goodfellas where they take Pesci into a room? No, they take him out and bury him in a.
Oh my God, that's the saddest part when he walks in the
He's
room
with his
and
brother
he
or
doesn't
something?
realize it's happening.
Oh yeah,
And then there's like a sound like oh or something, and then he gets shot, and you're like oh, it's so sad.
Nicole cries.
Okay.
Have you just because you were talking about getting in the front seat? Have you seen those Waymo cars that are with no drivers? Have you talked about this?
No, but I'm
Yes,
scared of them.
Yeah,
It's so creepy. Would you get in one?
I know people who have gotten in San Francisco, and they're very nervous for the first few blocks, and then you get kind of used to it. But I'm not in a hurry to get into one.
I know it seems weird, but then sometimes I think it's safer than like a random guy on Uber. I'm like, well, it's just nobody. They're not gonna...
It's harder to get raped.
by
I
Waymo.
couldn't. I saw one where they say, "Here's a carless car, whatever it is, driverless car," and it goes up, and people are in the back, and then they floor it, and it floors itself and hits a car in front of them. I'm like,
oh my God!
oh, I
no.
don't want to hear about the glitches. Like,
No.
it's not supposed to do that. Well,
No.
shit.
Yeah.
It will all be driverless cars.
Yeah.
Very soon.
Probably.
10 years.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Robots.
Good Lord.
Lauren's not going to like that.
Let's see. I'm going to ask you, have you seen 3 Days of the Condor with Robert Redford?
No.
and Faye Dunaway?
What is that?
Put it on your list.
All right. We got to do a whole Faye Dunaway season now. Probably. I
Do
don't
a
know.
Robert Redford season because he's a stud.
Yeah.
If you take Redford, you could go from Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid,
Killer.
The Way We Were with Streisand, 3 Days of the Condor, Max von Sydow was also in that, Sidney Pollack directing, All the President's Men is also surprisingly great. And, well, just start with those.
I think you said about 10 movies that I should do, so I'll just start.
Well, have you seen Alien?
I have seen Alien. Yes.
Okay.
That's a good
I
one.
just saw Alien Romulus, and I liked it the first time when it was called Alien. It's the exact same. They go up, some people come back, and they go, we're going to go on this planet. We got to grab some stuff. And I'm like, there's going to be aliens on. They go, they're all gone. Don't even worry about it. They get there, and there's the eggs. I'm like, this is exact.
Exact, but way more cringy when she gives birth to the alien and it's half human and half alien.
Did you see it?
And it's don't see it. It's 10 feet tall and then it's going back over the mother. Was it trying to have sex?
Are you
with
talking about Romulus?
Disgusting.
Yes.
Oh my
that's
God, I might have-
that's not like
Now
the
you wanna
first
see it.
alien.
I think I tapped
That's
out by then.
nasty.
Too much gooey eggs and
It
and
grosses me
mutations.
out.
That's sick.
Yeah.
Lauren, I have a real question.
All right.
What is The Haunting? And tell me about it right now.
Haunting is a podcast that I host where I play a dead influencer.
Of course you do.
Right?
Named Teresa, who is trapped in between heaven and hell because she hasn't gotten verified. So she is trying to get verified. And so on each episode, you hear about my life as a dead influencer and my current struggles. And then you hear real stories from people calling in with ghost stories. So it's like my part is scripted and then the other part is unscripted. And it's real ghost stories that are very chilling.
Oh, ghost
Yeah.
stories are good. Dana
Yeah.
has one. But yeah,
Do you
ghost
have one?
stories are
Tell me a
good.
ghost story. Tell me a ghost story.
This is pretty quick. San Ysidro Ranch with my wife. Never had any encounters. So I just feel like I awaken and I have this weight on me, nightmare, like a horse on me. I didn't
Ooh.
think horse. I didn't know that was relatable. And it was just holding me down. My wife's asleep and it felt not good. But I got up and I thought, okay, that's a waking dream state.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Didn't happen. Use the restroom, come back, feel like I'm as awake as I am now, get back in bed, and then it comes back. And I'm this is not, in my mind, this is real.
Oh,
and
God.
then it's like pounding on me. It's like springing on me and finally lets me go. And then I just turn to my wife, 5-star hotel, middle of the night, we got to go. And she said, okay.
Oh, I love that. She's so supportive of you.
Pretty good wife.
Yeah.
Do you ever think
And I
about
told-
that after that?
That's
Because
so
it's so
scary.
scary. God dang.
No.
I've had another one where in the house, God, why is everyone still sleeping? There was a boombox in another room and it sounded like, and I didn't know about white noise, but it sounded like it was between channels and it was really loud. Like, I go, why? God, no one
I hate
hears
it
this.
already.
I hate
So I
this
get
so much.
I get up, I go into the room and then it stops.
No. I hate
Yeah.
this. That's scary.
So those are my two, but I'm not as nervous about it. I did actually I saw an apparition in my room in the hotel in New York recently.
You're having a lot of these. This is like, you have like a bunch.
Well, these are my greatest hits.
Yeah. This is over his 90 years.
Well, can I ask you if you had any sightings or anything?
Well, we have one story in my family that's kind of crazy that when I was a kid, we got a voice or an answering machine message on the answering machine. You press play, and it was a collect call, and it said, "You have a collect call from Grandpa Joe." It literally was Grandpa Joe, which
No.
was my great grandpa who had passed, and you could hear a bar behind. He owned a bar, so you could hear like glasses and like things like it was a bar. And my mom and my aunt, I remember this so clearly. I was like 8 or something, and they were like screaming and like oh my God, like freaking out. It was the craziest thing. I mean, I don't know, but it was.
Was it ever explained?
It was never explained, and maybe it was someone in my family pranking. But we have like when you say something's not, if you're not lying, we say Sveti Troitsa, which means I'm not lying 100%. I swear to God. And so it's like no one ever said it was a prank. So I don't know.
Well,
Wow.
It's called The Haunting. We have to let Lauren go now, which I could talk to her forever.
I know.
The
One of our
Haunting,
favorite
where do you get
guests
that?
has
Where do you
got
see it? Where do you hear it?
Where do you see it? You get it at iHeartRadio or
Okay.
iHeart Podcast app
Okay.
or wherever you get your podcast.
That's
It comes
easy,
out
yeah.
every Tuesday. It's really fun. I love talking to you guys. I'm so excited I got to meet you, Dana. I'm like, I really wish I could talk much longer because I'm such a fan of yours. I always
thank
have
you.
been. And I'm just so happy I got to meet you.
It's such a pleasure. I mean, just keep on doing whatever you're doing.
Thank
You're
you.
incredibly talented.
Thank you
and
so much.
Super. I'll just say it's super likable.
Oh, thanks. I'll take that.
I
I
miss
call
you,
super
Lauren.
likable.
And,
I miss you too. I hope we get to see each other soon.
We will do a sequel. All right.
We have to.
Okay. Bye, guys. Bye, Dana. Miss you too.
Thank you.
This has been a presentation of Audacy. Please follow, subscribe, leave a like, a review, all the stuff. Smash that button, whatever it is, wherever you get your podcasts. Fly on the Wall is executive produced by Dana Carvey and David Spade, Jenna Weiss Berman of Audacy, and Heather Santoro. The show's lead producer is Greg Holtzman.